Good afternoon, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Thursday afternoon, June 11th. And we're looking at the market profile of the SPY ETF here on Window Trader. I am in, I think, 17. What kind of increments am I in? 17 tick increments to show you today. As we have a tremendous gap lower. Here's your 4 days of balance, right? We had a gap higher 5 days ago. 4 days of balance, gap lower. We have an island top in the SPY. There's an island top in the Triple Q's NASDAQ at its all-time high. That's pretty bearish. Whatever you could try to do in one trading day, the bears did. Huge gap lower, check. Price spike, check. Price probe, check. 4 sets of single prints. We had 7 at one day, 4 sets. Lower value. In probably the most impressive of all, we one time frame down the entire day. We had 2 inside bars, B and H. We one time frame down the entire day, which means if you took a short at any point today, you made money on it if you just left it. And that's why I'm pretty upset at myself. I had a very good day. Let me preface this by saying I had a very good day. But today are the days that you wait and look for and should take advantage of. And I did not. This should have been a monumental day. And I'm more upset at myself because the majority of the money I made, believe it or not, was from the long side. Now, I did them at very visual areas. I did them for a reason, and I'll tell you what I did, although I'm embarrassed to say it because the bottom line is I should have just taken a short and when C took out A and B's low and just sat there, watched it the entire day. The one good thing I did is on any of these longs, I didn't take any of them at the high of the time frame. Right? A lot of times you're looking, okay, we're going to stop one time framing down. We're going to fill a single print. Well, I didn't do that. So that's why they all worked out, because when I took them, they were all at the lows of the time frame. And a lot of them came back in, and I'll tell you when and why I did them. A lot of changes now on the charts in the SPY. So the first thing I did in A period, now look, we had a tremendous gap. It's over 600 points. 607 points. I said, I'm not doing anything on the open. It's silly to say gap rules apply and to take a short right away. Yeah, it looks pretty simple. But you didn't even have to do it. You didn't have to do it in A. You didn't have to do it in B. Your first trade could have been C's low as a short and the whole day, and that would have given you a hell of a lot more market-generated information, right? You don't know if A or B are going to attempt to go up. We went back and forth through the opening twice. Maybe we're going to take some of this gap away, right? It's a huge gap. So we never had an inventory adjustment. Overnight was short. The entire day was short. We did not repair inventory at all. At all. So I did take a short, though. We got above the opening, got below it, took a short in A period. That worked out nice. I did it again in B period. In fact, we got above the opening, and I said to my trading room, and by the way, the trading room had a very good day, because even though I did trades that shouldn't have been done most likely, I was well aware of telling them, this is why I'm doing it, and I'm not expecting you to do it. The short is the right play. So the room had a very good day. Education is more important at times than them following trades. I don't want people following trades, and they don't. So in B period, it got above the open, and I said to the room, the odds of us one time framing up in the first time frame after A, obviously, I thought were pretty slim how much we were down in the indices at that time. And that's why I had a short right below B, added on to it, pretty good size. Came back through the opening, and I took it off down around somewhere in B. It was a very nice trade. Right? Now, at that time, again, I don't have a problem getting out of that trade because we had an inside bar. Again, the market's still undecided. I still think we're going to go lower because I would think we're going to one-time frame down first before one-time framing down up in a market like this. So I took another short in C period when we took out A's low. And I did well on it. However, I covered it. And then we had single prints. We had our first set of single prints. And I took two shorts in D period against those singles. Now again, maybe I'm a little gun shy because sellers for the past 2.5 months have done nothing but get their face smacked, right? And never holding singles. Well, again, today though, they held. So, I mean, I had an excellent morning on the short side in A, C, 2 times in D. Got out of them. We continued with single prints. But then I didn't take another short on the day. Actually took 3 longs, and they all worked out well. I took 1 in F for a structure play. It opened, went down right away, left a lot of poor structure up top, even though we had singles. Took it and made money on it. But those aren't the ones that I'm talking about. J and L. So we were now getting to the weekly low. I said the Bulls' last line is to defend last week's low, right? We're one time framing up 3 weeks. I'm not going to wait for it to take out the week's low because by that time it's too late. I said I think they'll defend it the first time there. Now they did, and it was a good try. I bought 100 calls in J period. And I sold them up for a decent amount because they defended it the first time there. They eventually took it out, but they defended it. And then in L period, when we got down to the 200-day moving average, I said I would assume they defend that the first time there. And I bought another 100. And again, they did. And again, it was a good trade. However, as good a day as I had, and I had a very good day, the bottom line is, if you're not looking, look, you have to, when the longer time frame is involved, and I think they were with this kind of volume, 192 million with the after hours, 4 sets of single prints, never let up. I would think the longer time frame's involved. So when that's the case, I should put not blinders on, but I shouldn't lean on last week's low. I shouldn't lean on the 200-day moving average because the longer time frame doesn't care about any of those things. Right? And that's why if I'm not looking at price, like, right, we have all the prices here on the right side. If you're just looking at this profile, the market told you one thing. Short it. At least from C period on. You want to see what happens in A and B because we had an inside bar and it's a big gap. Maybe we get an inventory adjustment. Great. Once C takes out A and B's low, this market told you nothing but to be short. So, look, nobody's going to be harder on me than myself. And even though I had a very good day, obviously it should have been an awesome day and it all should have been from the short side. But you live and learn. That's why I do these videos. So hopefully I educate some people out there. All right, let's go over destinations. On the upside, there's a million of them. Now, usually after a day like today, you do get some consolidation the next day. We did close near the lows, though, so that remains to be seen. But right now, upside, first destination, even though we closed above it, is L's low of 300.25 because we had a price probe. We won't know till tomorrow if it's accepted or rejected. Then we have the first set of single prints. They start at 302.91 and get filled at 302.99. Then we have the price spike at 303.75, which is G's low. Right? We made a new low in J. Never really got back into it in JK. I'm going to count that. 303.75, the price spike. Then we have another set of single prints. 306.71 get filled at 307.16. And it's hard to see the single prints on here because I'm in such large increments. Then we have 308.03 single prints get filled at 36. That's this set from G to E. And then we have the fourth set. 309.57 get filled at 310.01. I'm sorry, that's this one. D's low to B's low. Or A's low. And then we have 312.15, today's high, and then filling the gap at 318.22, a 607-point gap. Look at this trade they put on end period, all the way up here at 319 and change. So there is a lot of places there were sellers here today. So it's not going to be easy for the bulls to just take this back. Forget about the gap. I'm talking about just getting to the gap. There's a huge amount of sell places in here. For the downside, we have today's low of 300.01. Then we don't have anything to 299.47 daily low, 299.45 afternoon pullback low from May 27th, 296.87 weekly low, and then filling the gap at 295.63, 124 point gap from May 26th, 295.45 price probe from the 22nd, 294.25 afternoon pullback low from May 22nd, and 293.22 a daily low. And then below that, we have another weekly low with a huge gap. Let's go to the charts. And I know these videos are a little longer, but whoever's watching them, I'm assuming you're serious about your trading, and I think it's important to go over everything, right? So, monthly. The good news is we're one-time framing up still for 2 months. The bad news is we're back inside of March's range, right? 313.84 is March's high. So we are still one-time framing up. It's still healthy. However, we are back inside of that March's range. So, again, it's only June 11th. We're going to see. It looks ugly as hell right now, right? Reverse hammer, but it's only June 11th. Weekly. Here's where change is taking place, if it ever comes up. We were one time framing up for 3 weeks. We were getting nice distance away for 3 weeks. And now look what happened. We took out last week's high, and right now with 1 day to go, we're below last week's low of 303.06. That's important. If we close below that tomorrow, that's an outside week down. You see how powerful inside months are, outside day downs are. Look, we had an outside day down yesterday. I'm not saying I expected this today, but it was a little nuance. And look what happened. So this is powerful stuff. So if we close below last week's low tomorrow, that's going to be pretty bearish. Also, if we close below 302.50, right? Is that around the high? Somewhere around here, 302.50, anywhere around there, 302.63. That's the next balance would be sucked into. We're into it right now. Well, if we get accepted, one day doesn't make a market, but if we get accepted back into this balance, you know your next level is, folks, Paul's favorite number, 287. You can't get away from it. I've told you this in the past. At some point, we're going to get away from 287, and we probably won't see it for years. We just haven't gotten to that point yet. Still don't know when it's going to happen, right? But it hasn't. Look how many times we've gotten away from it. Didn't stay away too long. Got away from it for about 10 months. Didn't stay away for it too long. Got away from it. Right back to it. Trying to get away from it again, and now they're trying to suck us right back in. Incredibly, incredibly interesting. And then the daily. Now, I always say markets don't go bull bear. It took me a while to understand that. My friend drilled that into my head. I'm saying, like, well, we're down 20 points in a day. How can't we, and I'm not talking about today, but I'm saying, on a weekly, well, we're in balance now. Markets go bull, balance, bull, balance. Look at the daily, right? We went bull, balance, bear, balance, and then since then, right, since the end of May 14th, bull, balance, bull, balance, bull, bull, balance, bull, balance. So we didn't go bull, bear. We went bull, huge gap up, balance 4 days. Do we continue bull like we've been doing? Nope, bear. So we're down in the daily. We have an island top, huge gap. This is nonsensical trading on both sides of the market by these algorithms. Gaps all over the place on the upside, now huge gap down. I told you this morning, this was our first gap on the downside, but we've gapped higher or lower 50% of the time this year. That's mindless trading. So, and then quickly, to show you a real true island top, let's go to the triple Qs, because that, my friend, is a true island top. It's an all-time high. Gapped higher yesterday morning, gapped lower today. It has not filled. Now, usually you don't get the crescendo at an all-time high and say, with flashing lights saying that's it. So it'll be interesting if this island top holds. But for now it is. We have the webinar Saturday. Still have time to sign up for it. It's going to be on gotomeeting.com. Check it out. I have a video on it. You can go find that on YouTube or on Twitter. We're going to be going over this week. It should be very interesting. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Awesome room we have going there. I've never felt more comfortable with the traders I have in this room, both experienced and new people. It's been really good. It's a great forum for educating people. I hope you guys survived today. These are not easy days. It might look like an easy day, right? On the profile, one time framing down, it should be an easy day. But as experienced as you are, you still do things that you shouldn't do, although it was a good day. Come check us out, camelbacktrading.org. Have a great night, rest up, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.